It's the five count. The five count.
Chill.
I'm Cab Manning. I'm Charles DeWalnut.
This is all purely speculation.
It's the five count. It's the five count.
Hey, Lingus Mafia. I'm Cab Manning. This is the 5 Count, where we give you the top 5 stories in the world of wrestling. This week, the top 5 stories of 2014. Here's the countdown. At number 5 this year, Punk disappeared after the Royal Rumble. Very early in the year, everyone thought he'd come back by Mania. And then they thought, okay, SummerSlam. Is Punk going to ever come back? Recently, he finally gives an interview telling all of the dirt that he didn't quit. Everyone said, you're a quitter, because WWE told us he quit. Actually, he was fired, and on his wedding day. Very nice wedding gift by WWE, and then you love Vince McMahon giving a retort to this on Austin's podcast saying, oh, things get mixed up in the office, we weren't aware. Meanwhile, he scheduled a time off, AJ scheduled a time off right beforehand. Yeah, they didn't know anything. Okay, that's fine. So, Punk leaves. We all wish he came back, something entertaining to watch, but we're punkless. There's number 5. Number 4 story of the year is Daniel Bryan winning the WWE title and then having to actually give it up due to injury. After all of that chasing the title, which we were all behind, all the fans got behind, he gets put in a 3-way at WrestleMania against Batista and Orton for the title. Fantastic match, possible match of the year, and he wins. Finally getting this whole triumphant trail that he was coming after the whole time. You would like to say, see, WWE, they did it right, and they had us hook, line, and sinker, they got us involved, right? And we cared, and they finally gave it to us at the end. Give them zero credit, because if it wasn't for the people clamoring and going crazy, it was Orton and fucking Batista as your main event at WrestleMania. But we shoved it down their throat so much that they had to change it. So, good to us, good for Bryan. Hopefully he's back in 2015 and can get another run and get his rightful due of being a champion. Every time he's a champion, it's 2 minutes long. So, hopefully he'll be back next year early and we can all enjoy what he can do again. Number 3 for 2014, another Punk story. He joins the UFC. Just a couple weeks ago, he announced he will be in the UFC in 2015, late 2015. So if that's October on, whatever. But it'll be very interesting to see what he can do in the UFC. He will get a tomato can first, so maybe he gets his ass kicked. And you'll have a lot of pay-per-view buys because people either love him or want to see him get hit in the face. So I've heard a moron tell me before, they're gearing this up. They're trying to set it up for Brock Lesnar and Punk in the UFC. I said, motherfucker, they're not even in the same fucking weight class, you fucking idiot. So don't get excited to see Brock versus Punk. You're retarded if you think this. You'll have Punk and the little minor heavyweight thing, the light heavyweights as they do, and we'll see what he can do in the ring. The Ultimate Warrior. He gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, makes amends with everybody he's had trouble with after all the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior stuff. Everybody's saying what a fucking maniac he is and an asshole, blah, blah, blah. He makes it there, and you see he's out of breath as he's at that podium. He's worn out. This guy's, he's blown up. He got his daughters out there, everything. He's Mr. Nice Guy now. Everybody, make nice. Next night on Raw, he's out there. Unbelievable. He gives a big speech about when his heart stops beating, the Warrior will go on forever, and this and that. The next day, he drops dead. Unbelievable. This is a major story to see the guy the day before and drop dead. And if we only had the Macho Man to go into the Hall of Fame and do this first, but... Number 1 story of the year in the 5 Count's opinion is The Undertaker's streak coming to an end to a part-timer Brock Lesnar. Like they said, if you're going to lose it to a legitimate guy who is an actual badass in real life. I don't know if I would have ever ended this streak, especially to a part-time guy where it can't really elevate anybody. He's barely there. He did win the championship, and he needed to win more than Taker. Taker's there, once a year. But to see Undertaker lose, and it was such a bad match, I know for me, I was barely paying attention when this happened. And I I pretty much looked up on the 3 count and couldn't believe what the fuck I saw. So I was shocked to see Undertaker lose the streak, as many of you were, including that black guy in the front row. Those are your top 5 stories of 2014. One of them should be about our show ending next week, but we'll go on past that and I'll explain a little bit in the next segment. Here's Meat Twitcher.
Bounce that frame like a 6'4" Impala. Make them fools wanna spend their last dollar. Brick house built so tight, I wanna holler. With hips shaking left to right, I gotta thank Allah. Girl, move that thing like it ain't nothing to it. Waves rolling through your body like you in fluid. Booty so bodacious, make me wonder how you grew it. It couldn't look any...
Holy smoky! Look at that, Emma finally making the show to get to the Meat Twitcher board. We only have, what? Now it was 2 shows. We have 1 show left, and she's finally made it here. Better late than never. The Meat Twitcher will continue on, even if there is no show after next week. We'll be tweeting out the winners every week on the Twitter at Meat Twitcher with a spreadsheet and the pictures of who won this week. So don't worry, your boners are safe. Congratulations, Emma. She's now on the ones. That's it for the show. I'm alone this week. He couldn't handle having 2 shows left. He's saving himself for the last show. And believe me, you will want to see next week's show. It's our finale. We're done. We are never doing a weekly show again for video, only on podcast when you search Lingus Mafia on iTunes and Stitcher and anywhere you get podcasts. Just type in Lingus Mafia. You can hear us every week going over reviews. But next week, the end of the 5 count. There is no more 5 count anymore. There is no more weekly wrestling review show anymore for us. We will talk more about what will be in its place, of course. But like we said, you'll want to see next week. So you can follow us at The 5 Count on Twitter, and also you can go to the5count.com for all of your nonsensical needs. So I'm Kev Manning by myself, and for the last time, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Put me in a trance. Come on, baby, do that belly dance. Yeah, you had me at the very first glance. Just me and you, private room session. Get your dance on, baby, no need for questions. Keep a secret if we start touching flesh.
But he checks it now. Oh boy. Oh, cross the left hand. He hasn't moved out of the way completely.